Today we're going to show you how I straighten wheels. I have 3 wheels that came on that E-Class, and that'll give you 3 different variations of how I straighten wheels because every bend is different. Let's go. This is my wheel straightening machine, and these wheels are a size, I forgot what size they are. Let's take a look here. 18-inch. So first thing I'm gonna do is look for my 18-inch push. That's a 19-inch, so that won't work. So here you go. 18-inch push. Now you notice there's 2 different angles, like this, and you flip it. It's for every situation, it's a different situation. We'll get to that in a little bit. First thing first, I'm gonna go ahead and spin it. I have locked it in place with the center lock right here. That way it doesn't wobble. Okay. Now before I put that, I want you to line up right here, Caleb. And I want everybody to focus on the image in the back, and that way you can see the wheel straight. So focus on the image back here and you'll see it. Okay, so now you saw that. We're gonna put our dial indicator on there. See how it bounces around like that? What we want is this. So for example, so here's a 0. Right now if you look at it, come look at it, it's on 0. What we want is between 0 and 30. That's 30 thousandths. That's straight. For the customers who want it trued, meaning they probably go to the track, go 200 miles per hour, then you want to go from 0 to 10. That's trued. That little movement right there. But for most cars, and I'm talking about 99% of cars, from 0 to 30, even if you go from 0 to 40 or 45, depending on the bend, if that's the best you can get it, that's probably still better than the rest of the wheels that are on the vehicle. So my goal is 0 to 30 always. And mark my highs and lows. This way is the low, and that way is the high. So first thing I want to do is mark my low. That's the lowest spot of the wheel, right here. Boom. So this is where the damage was impacted right here. I'm going to go ahead and label it low 1. Now let's go ahead and keep looking. It's another little low. Boom, that's the low right there. So I'm going to focus on that one low right now. And the reason is this. Let me see if I can find a top to demonstrate. Picture you have the low, right? Like this. When you introduce that low, you introduce 2 highs now. So our goal is to bring the low out, thus correcting the highs already. So you don't got to put your hands too much on it. You got to know where the low's at all times. Right now, the low's here. So when I grab it, I know the low's where my hand's at. Spin it around like this. See, I'm placing it on wood so not to scratch the wheel. See, it's too high. So you want that lower. Every wheel is different, right? So now I got it to where I wanted it at. That's why I marked it on the top too. Come look right here. You can see that little mark that I put. So this mark, I'm putting in the middle of the gap right here. Back in the gap, baby. This is how I'm gonna tighten my wheel right here. That way when you straighten it doesn't go up. So now because we're going to get the torch and heat up the wheel, can I show you this? Cold shield, thermal heat shield. So that way I can spray it on my wood. That way it doesn't get burnt up in action. You gotta remember, man, you gotta always protect your wood. See, you gotta make sure you put it on this angle like this, because if you put it upside down and put the meteor part out, you might just create a little gash in there. So you want to always make sure that's in the right setting. And don't worry about the black, we're gonna refinish it anyways. Then you let it pause for, I do it generally about 3 seconds or so. Now, if you had a lip on a wheel, you'll flip it around and get that lip. We don't have a lip on this one. So now I'm gonna want to see what that did. Am I in the right direction and where I'm at? Never grab it where it's hot. That's why I grab it on the opposite side. And if your sensor's in the way, you gotta get it out, but in this case, it's not in the way. We're gonna go ahead and leave the old sensor on there while I repair them, because when we're done, we're gonna replace them with all 4 brand new TPMS sensors. Let's go. You see it's better than before, but not all the way where I want it yet. So now pretend it's a new wheel. I'm looking for where the biggest low is at. It used to be this one. That's not a big low anymore. See? Pass it right past it. Boom. So we got that low out the way. That's another low right there. So because it's right next to this one, I'm gonna probably start with that one first. I'll make a little dot right now so I can make sure and communicate with myself back a little bit where it's at. One more here. One here and one over here. Guess what, we all know where I'm at. This low is no longer a low in my mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of that low. That's my first low now, and that's my second low now. Right there. See guys, right next to my other low, that's why I'm gonna attack that one. And I'm still trying to think if I'm gonna do the other low or not. You see how it bends out. Because it wasn't too low, I'm not gonna do too much of a push. Maybe one more for good measure. Maybe one more. And once you get used to it, like the more you do it, the more you get used to it. I want to see where I'm at, because I don't want to overdo it, thus increasing the workload. Sometimes, man, you get on one push and you done, you straighten it. Sometimes you got to fight with them. And bam, 30,000. So this wheel is now straightened. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get to my guys. They're gonna wash the wheel and then they'll come back. All right, we're just move on to the next wheel. Let's go see where this was at now. See that? Remember what I said? Look behind here. Focus on my hand and look at the wheel. Now you can see how much it's dancing, right? What you gotta be careful for if it's warped, meaning like if the actual barrel just tweaked, you know, you can't straighten that. Sometimes, man, I need my damn coffee, dude. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. Nitro cold brew with a splash of almond milk, man. Rocket fuel for winners. See if we can grab from this angle, from above, and capture the gauge, okay? You see how, okay, so if you don't want to read high and low on the left side, that's high, low. You can do what I do. This goes in. See right there how it went in? That, grab it from the side. See how that went in? Watch. It's up and goes in. That's a low. Up, that's a high. Right there, that's a high. It's at the highest peak. Then you see, that's where my finger's at right now. You need to go ahead and do this for demonstration purposes. That's high. Low. You see the gap now? I'm not moving. High. Low. Okay? So that's what I'm reading when I say highs and lows. Here is my first low. But there at the same time, there's a high, and it's a pretty big high right here. Back to my demonstration, you can't have a low and a high together, man. That's a fucked up wheel, right? We gotta straighten it. So I already marked my lows and my high. So now that's why you gotta mark the edge of the lip too, so you can know where you mark that. If you have a bend wheel on the face, that's a different machine. That's a whole different ball game. I don't do those. I do the bend on the inside part of the lip, where generally most of your bends are at anyways, right? So I was trying to think of a clever line, man. We make wheels straight. Now I put my lock back in and double check my work. hate chasing lows. I'm sure my wife likes that fact that I'm chasing lows and not. I couldn't resist, man. All right, so I have one more low right here. You see, remember I said keep different marks. That way you know which low, which high, which high. So now I'm chasing the low that circled. So not too much of a low. So sometimes I overdo it because I don't have to reset up and all that again. So you have to kind of gauge it accurately. Go one more right there. Wheel have been refinished, man, from the back. Just a nice little touch up. So understand what just happened, man. We just straightened a circle, man. Go ahead, as many potholes you want, baby. Man, bring the Deviate Autosport. Let's go test drive. Okay, so right now I'm going 62 miles per hour. And I'm gonna go faster now. 65, 70, 75. Look at my steering wheel, no shake. 80, 85, no shake. I will say successfully straightened. There's not a lot of shop that will straighten it in-house. But man, that's the kind of person I am. I remember back in, I think, 2012, when we were wrapping cars and we had like 30 car line, prepaid in line. I was approached with this problem: how do you straighten a circle? And man, I couldn't sleep. That became my priority in life, and mission accomplished.